So here's a quick little update on how everything's doing. It's September 12th. Thought I'd just take a quick look around at all of our stuff. It's been kind of interesting. These last few weeks the weather's been kind of weird, and I don't know what the plants think about it, but as you can see, most of our tomatoes up here are dead or dying, in the process of dying, I guess. Not sure what happened to some of them. They're the ones that turned yellow, like they just died, so oh well. There's a nice spider web, I don't know if you can see it. The basil though, since the tomatoes have died, seems to be really enjoying no competition from other plants in the containers. These pepper plants up here have some peppers in them. Oh, there's a red pepper in that one. And some green peppers. The other pepper plants over here by the house seem to be relatively unaffected by the weather. You know, they get the heat radiating off the bricks at night and stuff. So in the cooler weather we've had, that's probably helped them. And it's been weirdly hot the last couple days. Like horribly hot. Now it's supposed to get really cold again, so I don't know. These tomato plants are doing okay, but they're supposed to be plum tomatoes, and I just think that this is the first year we've grown them, and I don't think they like being in containers. Like, the tomatoes just aren't getting very big, so that's kind of disappointing because we wanted to use them for canning. There's lots of tomatoes, they're just way too small. But here's some that I just picked a few minutes ago from our garden. There's one little pepper in there too. So we're still getting lots of cherry tomatoes. And over here are my eggplants. I don't know if I'll be getting any new ones now since they like heat so much. I mean, it actually does look like there's a couple of little ones. I think there's a little one right there, I think. And then I think there's another little one on this plant that's just gonna come out. Let's see. I have a sunflower there. It's kind of pitiful looking, but I think it's a really pretty color, even if it is really small. And there's a couple more coming out on that plant too. And there's an even smaller one right there. This zucchini plant has kind of moved itself over to the side there. No small zucchinis on it right now, I don't think. We'll see if we get any more from it. This cherry tomato plant, this beast, is still doing really well, though it seemed to have folded itself in half and is now kind of hanging down, but you know, still okay. And of course the kale's happy. That's a tomato plant in there, but the one cucumber plant is kind of growing over top of the tomatoes now too. But I mean, they don't seem to care too much, so just leave them. We've been getting tons of cucumbers. There's still some there, you can see. And there's some smaller ones in there too. There's one in with the tomatoes growing. This zucchini plant does have a couple small zucchinis. I just checked a few minutes ago. Here's our mammoth squash plant up on our bird feeder. This squash or gourd or whatever it's growing is, I think, still getting bigger, and it appears to be turning slightly yellowy orange now. I don't know if you can really see how orangey it is on here, but I don't know what it's gonna do. Maybe it'll be some sort of weird pumpkin. There's a couple more of them back in there between the garages too. Here's another one of our pepper plants. It's getting a whole bunch of peppers here on the top. This is one I saved seeds from last year. It's supposed to be good for northern climates. They start off this apple yellow kind of color and then turn red. So I'm really happy that my seed saving worked. I didn't know how it was gonna go. There's our chard, kind of making a comeback after spending most of the summer under a frost blanket. Here's one of the Perkstein tomatoes. Well, actually it's also in a container, but it's doing better, so I don't really understand. But you can see there's some tomatoes, like they're a lot bigger, so that's good. We just had rain this morning, so everything's a little bit soggy, but that's all right. I was just in this garden picking some tomatoes. Oops, that's a really big leaf. Look how big that leaf is. That's huge. It's pretty neat looking too. So these tomato plants are still producing tomatoes, even though they look a little beat up. But I just got a few of the yellow ones off there today. This is our plant that's supposed to, I think it's called Japanese black or something. Anyways, we've only gotten one tomato off it so far, and it was just kind of a weird red color, reddish brown color, not black. And yeah, so it's not very big, and it's not a very big producer, but it was just kind of a fun experiment this year. Let's see. I cut down some of this anise hyssop that had already flowered. You can see more of it needs to be cut down now because I'm really worried that all the seeds are going to go all over this garden again. It's just crazy. They make like a carpet of small anise hyssops, and it's impossible when you're trying to grow other stuff and not very fun. So this tomato plant here, this is a Sandal Moldoff, and it's got a bunch of nice green ones coming along on it. I just discovered today. That's really exciting. There's one there. They're really beautiful and round. There's a couple more. And more in there, although that one has a bit of cat facing on it, I guess. And there's another one there. So look forward to those ripening. This other squashy gourdy plant thing still just has this one, but it's turned such a beautiful orange color, so I don't know when to take that off of there. I guess it could come off now, maybe. And then our bean plant's kind of looking crappy and hasn't had any flowers for a while. And I don't know why, but that's okay. We're getting a bunch of green beans still from the community garden, so, but you can see like a bunch of these have gotten really big, like that. So hopefully they just like dry on the plant, I think. And then I think you can harvest them, or maybe you can dry them in your house and then use them as dried beans, like you would other dried beans. There's one there. There's one that's still green, but I don't know. I guess those are pretty big. It's also started to climb up the tree. So that's kind of neat. There's more. We missed picking them and eating them as green beans. They're too big now. The lemon balm here is happy, just like always. It's one of the easiest things to grow ever. And there's the rosemary. And looks like this basil is getting eaten a little bit by something. I have no idea what, but. And then the patchouli just looks so lovely. So many nice leaves compared to the spring when we brought it out here. And let's see. Other than that, I guess that's it for now. So we'll see how long we can keep everything going for this fall. I can't believe it's fall already. It's kind of disappointing. It seems like summer went by so fast, but oh well, it's another year of learning stuff back here, and hopefully sometime maybe we'll be able to upgrade and start growing in a bigger space. Anyways, see ya.